Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to another video. For the scent of the day, I have two things today. The first thing I have is this candle right here, and all it says about it is it's a combination of vanilla ice cream and rose. And this came in a set from Amazon, and it smells alright, but it's not really that great or anything. And then next, I have this plugged in today, and it's one of those ones where you can change the amount of scent that you want in the room. And in here is pumpkin spice, and I really do not like this. But I really like the oil diffuser part though, so I'm gonna keep that and then just refill it with a scent that I do like. If you're new around here, consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell so you will never miss anything interesting. And I also do upload every single day on Instagram and on Reddit, so if you like new, daily, updated content, be sure to go follow me over on there. So I know what you guys are here for. You are here for the palette of the week. And for this week, we're using the Colourpop Going Coconuts. And when this came out, everybody hyped it up, so I have always wondered what was so great about this. And that is precisely what we're going to be talking about today. So stay tuned and let's get right on into the overview. In my hands, I am holding the Colourpop Going Coconuts palette. And we all know that Colourpop has a variety of packaging, and this comes in the hard plastic 9-pan shells. And I do think these are more deluxe than their other packagings because they do provide a nice layer to protect the shadow in case they drop or something like that. Now when you open it, or if you can open it, my palette gets a little stuck on the plastic clasp right here. But when you finally get into it, you'll notice that there's a very large, nice mirror inside. When you look at the layout, you'll notice that there are 9 shades in this palette. Each one of them weighs 0.90 grams, so that's a below average amount of product per pan. And in this palette, there are 4 different formulas. There are 4 mattes, 2 sequins, 2 metallics, and 1 duochrome. As far as the matte formula, they're just the Colourpop standard. They both blend and layer nicely. I have no qualms with the matte shadows at all. But the sequin shades, on the other hand, they're essentially secondary matte shadows because they do have the matte base with tiny little pinpoint glitters in them. But as I've found, the little glitters inside kind of dust away when you blend out your look. Now, as I said, there are 2 metallics in here, and this is one and this is one, and they have 2 separate formulas. This pinkish looking one up here is very creamy and rich, and as you use it or as you swatch it, it is very, very intense and foiled looking. And this metallic down here, the more bronzy looking one, it has a more dry formula. I actually had to build this one quite a bit in order for it to really stand out. And the last shade that we're going to be talking about is the duochrome up here. And I can't really tell if this is one of the Super Shock formulas or not, but what I can say is it's very messy and crumbly and flaky all over the palette. And the duochrome is my favorite shade in this palette, and what I like about it the most is that it's just universally flattering. Anybody can wear it in any way they want to wear it because it's a beautiful shade, but it doesn't have a base pigment, so you can use it in so many ways, and it's just stunning. And if you look at this color story, you'll notice there's a very nice light to dark gradient, which I always look for. Now I'm going to go ahead and pop up swatches of this palette so you can see how each shade looks swatched out. Now you guys like to know that I always like to give a little bit of information about the palette, and I just have a few things to say about this one. The first thing is that this color story was created to be an everyday wearable look, and I can totally see that and agree with that statement. Because when I look at this, I just want to create an everyday look, and it doesn't take much thought and it doesn't take much effort, and you can kind of just throw any of these shades on and they work well together. And for this formula, it said it's supposed to easily adhere to the eye and that it gives a soft focus effect upon use. And I totally agree with that too. I had no blending or patchiness issues, no creasing, nothing of that sort. This palette is cruelty free, but it is not vegan. And now my favorite part, we get to talk about the cost. If you went out to buy this palette today, it would cost you $10.50. And if you break that down a little bit, it comes to $1.17 per shade. And breaking that down even further, it comes to $1.30 per gram. So yeah guys, this is on sale right now. I would hop on getting this really quick because $10.50 is a great bargain for this palette. And lastly, I did want to say that when I personally created a look with this, I got a ton of powdery kickback in the pans, but I find that pretty typical with Colourpop's formula, but I did not get any fallout on my face. So now that I've talked your ear off, let's get right on into the tutorial. Hey guys, welcome to the second part of this video, the tutorial. And today, for the look that we're gonna do, I just call it the simple transitional style eye look. What I really like about it is you get to use a lot of the shades from the palette and you really get to experience the different formulas. And in my opinion, when I look at this palette, I don't want to do anything extravagant with this color story. It just speaks neutral, easy, everyday wear to me. So I want to actually create a look that I would feel comfortable just wearing every single day. So I'm going to scoot you a little bit closer and then we'll get started. And now we're up close and personal and you can see all this texture going on. I tried some new products out today and as you can see, things didn't really go as planned. I will update you on that further. But as for right now, we're gonna tightline and we're gonna prime. So I'm gonna go in with my L'Oreal Infallible Longwear Eye Pencil in the shade Black. And I am just gonna tightline my upper waterline. Now that I have the tight liner done, I'm gonna go ahead and apply my eye primer. And I'm using the Revlon Candid Concealer, which I always do. I personally like to describe brushes because more importantly than the name brand of a brush, the shape is really what's gonna give you certain outcomes. So for my first brush that I'm using a flat brush. It's kind of wide and it tapers off at the end. And I'm going into the shade Shredded and I'm gonna apply that along the entire eyebrow line. So just underneath your eyebrow. The next brush I'm taking is a small dome blending brush. And I'm going into the shade called Culotta. And I'm just gonna make small circular motions right above my natural crease and come out to a point. So there's my point. And I'm gonna keep making small circular motions all the way to my inner corner. So when you get your first shade on, we're gonna use the same exact brush and we're gonna dip into a shade called Lovely Bunch. And we're gonna do the same thing that we just did, except we're gonna keep it a little bit lower into the crease. So keep using small circle motions. And the next brush that we need is a very large domed blending brush. And we're gonna go into the shade Nutty with this one. So after you coat your brush with it, all you have to do with this kind of brush is sit it right on the outer corner of your eye and then start making circle motions with it. So here's one eye done. So all I did was keep the brush right on here, kept it in one place, and just made circle motions with it. Now the next brush that we're gonna use is something really tiny like this. And we're gonna go into the first metallic shade called Da Coco. And then we're gonna put this on our middle lid. And as you find yourself having less and less product on your brush, start sweeping it over towards the outer corner. We're gonna go in with that same tiny brush and grab the other metallic shade called Cocoa Crush. And with this shade, we're just gonna put it on the inner portion of the eye. And I really like to pack the shade on there. If you pack it up, it gets really bright. And make sure you blend it into the other shade. Now it's time to choose something for the waterline. And I don't think this is gonna match my lipstick, but I went with a burnt orange anyway. You can literally use any color that you want since this is so neutral on the eye. Anything would look great with it. And for the lower lash line, we're just gonna use a simple angle brush for this. And the first shade we're going into is Nutty. And for this, I like to start at half of the lower lash line. and then work it out to match where it came down from the top. We're gonna go in with the Palm Reader shade, and we're just gonna put this on the inner lower lash line and connect it to the brown. Next, take your favorite inner corner highlight brush and go into the shade Palm Reader. Stick that on your inner corner. And you can also just put this right on the little tip of your brow bone right here. Now I'm gonna go throw on some mascara and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back and the mascara is on. And if you're interested in seeing how this look turns out with actual lashes on, be sure to check out the pictorial and I will have that link below for you. But this is definitely a wearable, really cute eye. It goes well with any eyeliner, any lipstick, any nail polish. And it's one of those looks that's really subtle and easy to do, but it does make a nice statement. So yeah, guys, that's all the information about the Colourpop Going Coconuts palette. And I definitely say that if you're in the market to buy something like this is a real steal at $10.50. So that's all I have for you guys today. And if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you didn't like this video, hit the thumbs down button. And until next time,